Good morning. Without philosophy, psychology, science, and religion, there is no deep knowledge or truth. So, human beings by nature are inquisitive or curious about things that surround them. Every human being wants to know something or something else, employing different methods of epistemology. Some people say that they want to know this universe and the relationship between life and this universe only through direct experiences. That is called empiricism in philosophy. But direct knowledge without consulting any research books is an uphill task. So if human beings gather lots of information, lots of data, facts, researches from other sources, then his mind can process everything in a far better way if the mind is empty of any previous data. So a mind can access things more easily if this mind is filled with previous data, information, and facts gathered from or collected from different sources like books, research papers, or other sources. But without reading books, suppose I do not read books, I do not love books, I do not read philosophical books, psychological books, religious books, scientific books. There are lots of variety types of books. I do not study history. Then it is assumed that I cannot go far in pursuit of truth or knowledge. A book, a mind which has not gathered sufficient data, knowledge, or information or facts from different sources cannot rise to a higher level. So, if you want to know why things are affecting you, why are you feeling depressed, anxious, why strange things are happening to you, to your family, to your society, to your country, to different people, you have to undertake a project of exploration. And this exploration will be reinforced with the aid of books. Suppose Gautam Buddha was an illiterate guy who was completely unaware about the knowledge of religion, science, philosophy, and psychology that prevailed during his time. Could Buddha have attained inner illumination or enlightenment? No. Gautam Buddha was also a huge bibliophile, at least psychologically. Take the example of Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, Descartes, Parmenides, Kopil Muni, and all those rishis and sages who have contributed to the Vedic wisdom, where all those guys were highly or vastly knowledgeable guys. They were vastly knowledgeable, vastly well informed guys. The philosophers who wrote 6 Indic philosophies were vastly knowledgeable. The scientist, take the name of any scientist who has not read many books. Say it, Sir Einstein, Stephen Hawking, Schopenhauer, Isaac Newton, Galileo, Copernicus. Any scientist, whoever he is a well-read person without previous knowledge, without previous data, without previous facts or research. You cannot get to the higher level of knowledge or truth. It is not possible. Any literator, that means a man of literature, take the name of Dostoevsky, Tolstoy, Shakespeare, Milton, Homer, Shelley, Keats. There are thousands like them. All these guys are vastly knowledgeable because they have read all the best books of the world. All the best books of the world, all the significant books of the world. So without reading books, whether the books are philosophical, psychological, religious or scientific, you must go through them if you want to get to the higher level of knowledge or truth. Without them, there is no deep knowledge or truth. So, you can start this exploration deeper into the mystery of this existence by reading philosophical books by Aristotle, Socrates, like The Republic written by Plato, Descartes' books like On Meditation, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman greatest philosopher. His book is profoundly impactful. His book's name is On Meditation. You can also read books by Seneca. His best book is Letters from a Stoic. Just go through this book and you will see tremendous transformation in your mindset. Then there is Immanuel Kant. Read his philosophy. If you come to know about the philosophical musings and insights of Immanuel Kant, you will get a broader, expansive view of this universe in relation to man's existence on the earth. John Locke. Read him deeply. So these are the Western philosophers who have contributed to the emergence of the modern progressive world from which we are now getting benefits in diverse ways. Then there are Eastern philosophers, especially Indian philosophers. The best Indian philosopher is no doubt Kapil Muni. Kapil Muni's Sankhya philosophy is so profound, so impactful, so deep and so subtle that anyone who goes through his philosophy will have immense transformation in his insight into the origin, evolution, nature and scope of this cosmos or universe. Kapil Muni was a great philosopher who was born in India, and he wrote the Sankhya philosophy, and Sankhya philosophy also featured in the Gita, the most popular book among Hindus. So Kapil Muni's Sankhya philosophy figures in Gita, in the Mahabharata. There is a huge discussion on this philosophy of Kapil Muni in the Mahabharata, in the Gita, in the Veda. In the Veda, there are several mantras or hymns regarding Kapil Muni's Sankhya philosophy. And Kapil Muni's Sankhya philosophy predates the Veda. That means his philosophy came much before Veda arrived in India. Sankhya philosophy will shake your foundation. Then there is non-dualistic philosophy, which is to be found in the Upanishad, Vedanta philosophy. If you read Vedanta philosophy, which came from the Veda, you will have a tremendous understanding and realization of life in relation to this universe. So Vedanta philosophy, Sankhya philosophy, Vaisheshik philosophy, Buddhist philosophy, Jain philosophy, these are the core foundations of knowledge from which the entire world has benefited colossally. There are psychological books. You can read Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung. You can read the meditative books of Gautam Buddha. Buddha is not a religious person. Buddha is not a prophet or messenger. Buddha was out and out a psychologist, a deep psychologist, a profound psychologist who knows how mind functions, what are the dynamics of mind, how mind evolves, how mind acts. Once you know the mechanism or dynamics, the functions of your own mind, in deep silence, you will have deep understanding of yourself. And once you have deep understanding of yourself, you will get liberation from all those things that affect you adversely. So that is called self-knowledge. Knowing yourself means knowing your subconscious world, subconscious ecosystem. So all these things come from the philosophical and the psychological world. You must be well acquainted with the philosophical works or the psychological works written by geniuses across the world. Then comes science. If you don't have scientific data, information, facts or researches, you cannot compare, you cannot assess things or analyze or evaluate them with a pinpoint accuracy. Science gives you the scope to verify things with pinpoint accuracy. Science does not believe or take anything that is based on guess or inference or superstition or blind faith or belief. Science has no place for them. Science accepts what comes as true based on evidence, proof. Without proof or evidence, science does not approve of anything. So once you have knowledge of philosophy, once you have knowledge of psychology, once you have knowledge of science, your level of insight lifts up or jumps up into a higher dimension, then you have to go through religious scriptures of the world, the major religious scriptures of the world. If you do not understand religion or religious books, how did they came to us, how were they written or composed, what factors or historical background contributed to the emergence of all these scriptures on earth, what do the religious scriptures actually want to say. All these details must be taken into consideration if you want to get to the higher level of knowledge and truth. So you must have 4 epistemological methods. One is philosophy, another is psychology, second is science, and fourth is religion. These are the 4 fields of epistemology which are taught in every university, college, and educational institution. There are no other epistemological fields apart from these 4 fields. Without these 4 fields, knowledge is not possible. Only through them together. That means you have to take the aid of all these 4 epistemological fields: philosophy, science, psychology, and religion. When you take them together in your journey of knowledge, you will have, I must say, you will have the deeper realization, understanding, and insight into this mysterious world, and you will get your inner illumination, or you will be enlightened at the end of your journey. So best wishes, best of luck. Keep reading books, keep meditating, keep thinking, keep contemplating, and be alone. Avoid the company of people, avoid unnecessary debate, and try to be alone. Find out a place which is full of silence and loneliness. Only then you will get a glimpse of the ultimate truth for which every human being is born.